Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
And what if you fuck up?
Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
I'd be pissed scared I'd get a boner or fucking fart or something.
Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
Shut the fuck up, man. You're making me nervous.
Grab that bowl of Cookie Crisp because it's time to put a little pop culture in your morning. Welcome back, everybody. It's 11 a.m. So what does that mean? That means we're going to put a little pop culture in your morning where we're going to talk today. What we're going to talk about, we're going to look over some news, and not really much news to go over, but we're going to talk a little news. There's really no action figure news or anything to really talk about. I do know the Cara Dune retro figure is coming out. I did a video if it would, if it wasn't, and I said it wouldn't because of some information I have, but it seems like it is coming out. Some pictures has been leaked of some store that's already had them. Let me scoot over here. Yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt I wore yesterday. How about that? I was like, I'm just gonna throw this back on. So anyway, we got pops culture in the room. We don't got many people in the room this morning. What happened? 4 people. Some people just don't want to wake up, I guess. We got Aaron. Man, this is live. Anything can happen. We got the Revolution 2. Got my coffee. Ready. It will be cold by the time you start. Hey, come on now. Did you see the message about Echo and Midnight Edge? I hope you're good, dude. I think I did. I think you're talking about your comment. I told you to send me an email. Right now, my email box is full, though. I mean, getting kind of full. Learn my lesson. Whenever I do a contest, set up a separate email account because I've got like 100 and something emails of the contest people. So I'm going to dig through all that. Anthony Cook is here, and he says, hi, man. Hi, welcome to Pop Culture in the Morning, where we give you the latest some news. I don't know about the latest news. We get some news in pop culture, and of course, then we just bullshit around, really, and hopefully we won't get kicked off like we did yesterday. 53 minutes into the show yesterday, of an hour show, so we didn't miss much. YouTube kicked us off for playing a non-audio clip of the Last Crusade trailer there, and of course, we got the world famous, you know you love it, you hate it, it's the soundboard. Morning, Mr. Breakfast. What are we up to? We're up to 9. See, I'm stalling a little bit to get people time to get out there and get to the show. But hey, I know this is the new morning show thing, so morning live stream, so it's going to take a little bit of time to catch on. But hopefully, you guys will like it. I like to do, and then we'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight to do another live show and a video in between. My plan is to do an early show at 11, a video sometime probably around 5 or 6 o'clock. Which is a normal, my type of video, and then another live stream at 7. But I'm worried maybe I'm doing too much on the channel. Maybe the live stream needs to be on its own separate channel. I'm not really sure yet. But let me know what you guys think about it. You're like, okay, you're flooding my stream. But 3 videos in a day ain't that bad. I mean, I think I know does pop culture related. John Campia does like one stream, but then he cuts it up, so he throws a lot up there in one day. So I don't think just having 3 a day separated from 11 a.m. then around 5 o'clock and then around 7 is too much to ask. But you guys let me know if you're thinking, hey, this is too much. This is too much junk. I can't handle junk in the morning right now. I am not that sound clip is too long. We got some new we got a new sound clip here. Let me play this one right here. This is actually for Star Wars Monday, but I'm gonna play it now anyway for you.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the moon booze.
Okay. What are we up to? We're up to 10, so let's go ahead and just start this. We'll talk about some news here. Let's turn the news on. Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard is making a Star Wars game. I don't know if she's a game developer. I know she's acted, she's directed some of the Mandalorian, she's directed some movies, but I didn't know she made games. They didn't really give much information about the game she was doing other than she's gonna make the next Star Wars game. Now, this is the only article I could find about this. You think this would be all over the trades, as they say, and the insiders and all over the place, but no. This is the only thing. So take this with a grain of salt, because I don't know what this website is. It could be like the next We Got This Covered. But I saw it and I thought it was interesting that Clint Howard's niece is going to make a Star Wars game. That's right, Clint Howard's niece. Maybe she'll work Clint Howard into it. I hope so. Pop's Culture says Hasbro wants their money, so they told Lucasfilm to take a hike. Well, maybe so. Well, I think they already had them produced. That's the only reason you're getting them. I think you're going to get what's out there. They're going to ship them, and then they're going to try to forget about Cara Dune. You're not going to see any Cara Dune stuff after that. I mean, look at Pops. Funko Pops said they're already not going to release some of the ones they had planned to come out. Joe says, good morning, Junkman. Good morning, Joe. Maybe she will be a character in the game. Maybe she will. Says she's going to do the next game. So let's see here. Let's see what else we got in the news for. We look at toys and fun things in the 70s. Okay. Now, this little picture here they put on this website is a little misleading, but the Boba Fett cartoon from the holiday special, the Ewok movies, the Ewok cartoons, and that original first Clone Wars cartoon, I really like that one. It was like 10 minutes long or something. It was like really short, 10 to 15 minutes. It's coming to Disney Plus. So all you out there say, I don't want Disney Plus. Hey, now you can watch the Boba Fett cartoon, which is the best part of the Star Wars holiday special, but let's be honest, it's still not the best. It's not really good, even if it is. Oh, so we got that coming. I don't know why the Droids cartoon ain't coming. Hey, Disney, are you out there? Why are you bringing all this, but you're not doing the Droids cartoon? It makes no sense. Maybe you're saving the best for last, but if you want to call it the best. Clint Howard might be in that game. That would be cool if we had a character of Clint Howard. I would love a Lego, an action figure of Clint Howard. So we got the Star Wars. I don't know who's excited about that. I might finally watch those Ewok movies. I've never seen those Ewok movies, but maybe this is a good time. I mean, I've seen clips of them here. I did a video, my first reaction to, I think, a Droids cartoon. Well, not too good. It was a little bit more kiddie when they came out, too, so I didn't really pay much attention to them back then. We're up to 21 people here at Pop Culture in the morning. Why does my sound go all the way back down when I close this app down? Okay, so what else we got to talk before we talk the groovy 70s? We're going to look at styles, clothes styles of the 70s, shoes from the 70s, computers, portable computers of the 70s, video games from the 70s. What else? Toys from the 70s, not just action figures, toys. We're going to have a really good time talking the 70s. Hey, we got a super chat, Brad. Brian sent in a super chat. Thank you so Brian, man. You're killing me, man. You're killing me with a super chat. So, best part of waking up is Junkman in your cup. I need to make a jingle of that. That sounds really good. Let me give you one of the new sounds. We got two new sounds. We played one already. Let's give him the new sound of the day for the random soundboard super chat.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow.
Okay, we're gonna need you to come on in tomorrow. So let's see what else. Were we done with the news? No, we got one more, I think. Not really news. I just wanted to say, what is this? A Jedi riding a Rancor? Apparently it's part of the High Republic, and I'm not here to bash on new Star Wars or anything, but they're trying to, it's like they sit around and say, what can we do to make people not want to read High Republic? A Jedi on a Rancor. I mean, come on now. I didn't even show you the other cover. It was like some lady just looking at the stars, and it was kind of corny. But okay, just High Republic, I don't understand, man. It's like they just, I'm not part of the Phantom Menace. I'm not here gonna bash on Star Wars all the time. But this High Republic, everything I see and hear from it is horrible. And I'll be honest, I didn't read it. I wouldn't read it, so I don't really care what they do with it because it's not my Star Wars medium. I'm not gonna read it anyway, even if it was good. So I don't really care what they do, as long as they don't bring that crap into the movies. But it just looks so horrible every time, and everything I hear about the drawings don't look that good. The style don't look that good. A rock character. You got this other character, this guy, fake Han Solo. It just looks horrible. So, again, I haven't read it. Maybe it's great. Again, I'm not saying that. It just, as a way to get fans into it, or at least a fan like me to want to look at it. They're not very good at doing their job and making me want to do that. Dawn of the Jedi did Rancor writing better. They may have. And it might be a good story, like I said. It's just something about the way they're pushing it. They're just not really making someone like me want to rush out and buy it. But maybe they're getting someone else. Phantom Menace. Yeah, Phantom Menace. Joined late, but did you hear about The Rock? That's what I'm saying. Everything I hear about this show, or I guess not show, comic book series, is that all it is? It makes me want to run away from it, not run to it. And you need to pull in someone like me that's really just into the movies. I don't really go into the comics and the books and stuff. Why not pull someone like me in? But it seems like they're trying to pull in a whole new audience or something. I don't know. It's kind of like Star Trek. Star Trek has really lost me. Have you seen the new picture of like a new cartoon for Star Trek? It looks nothing like... Let me see if I can pull that up for you real quick, guys. Let me see if I can pull that up. I'm not here to turn this into a bashing show either. But I was just curious if you guys have seen this. Because it looks like something on Fortnite or something an 8-year-old would play on a video game. It looks nothing like Star Trek. So let me pull this up really quick here. Come on, load up. God dang it. Let me see if I can drag this over here. Doesn't want me. Why does these websites don't want you to drag and click pictures? Well, don't worry. I can screenshot it, bitches. You can't fool me. Can't fool the junk man. I'll find a way around it. So here, let me pull this up really quick here. Images plus images. Add images. Image. Okay, sorry. I didn't plan to talk about this one, so let me pull it up real quick. Y'all don't mind. How many people we got in here? We got 29 people that need a little pop culture in their mornings. Here you go. Now tell me if it didn't say Star Trek on it. It is Nickelodeon, though. I mean, it is aimed for kids. I give them that. But if you didn't know, and I just saw, if I took out the Star Trek, here, look, if we did this, and I said, what is this new cartoon? Let me know. Is it Star Wars, Star Trek, or some new cartoon? Would you think this was Star Trek? With anything in your mind, say, hey, Star Trek. It's like they just want us to... I don't understand. It's like they want non-Star Trek fans to watch it, but they want to call it Star Trek. Why not just make this same show with these same characters and call it Booba's Adventure or something? I just don't really understand. I mean, that is not Star Trek. Again, I understand it's made for kids, okay? And you're trying to pull in some kids, maybe get kids into Star Trek, build a whole new audience and everything. I mean, it's got this little blob thing from the Orville. They're trying to rip off the Orville. And it was like something from Fortnite or some game my son would have played when he was 8 years old. Yeah, I mean, as bad as stuff Star Trek done. Look at this. This is not Star Trek at all. I mean, they could at least put someone in a Federation uniform or something. But again, maybe it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. It just, if you're going to make something that looks this un-Star Trek, why not just call it Boobala's Adventure and have the same characters in it? I don't know. It's like they want to say, hey, we'll call it Star Trek. So the parents will say, hey, kids, come watch this. This is Star Trek. But come on. Is that really Star Trek? Can you really call that? Yeah, blue jelly. There's some blue jelly there. Let's see what happened with the chat before we talk the 70s here. What is the blue hick is that? I don't know. Man. I don't know what happened to my Star Trek. I even tried to go back and watch Picard. I tried to watch Picard. It wasn't bad. It was just like a CBS network television show, like a CSI show or something. But we've grown up. Audiences are more mature now. We want something more like something you see on maybe AMC or HBO or, something that's not those NBC type, CBS type shows. And that's kind of what I felt like we got with Picard. There was a lot wrong with it. It wasn't horrible. It just was a lot wrong with it. Now, Star Trek Discovery, I'll admit I only watched 2 episodes of it. Could never get into it. I watched 2 episodes. I really didn't like the main character. I didn't like her when she was on Walking Dead. Something about her just rubs me the wrong way. I know, you hate females. But no, that's not what it is. Just something about her. I just can't really get into that Star Trek. She wasn't even the captain of the ship. She was running around bossing everybody. I think she even did the Vulcan neck pinch on the captain of the ship. I mean, come on. That's what I like. I'm more of a Next Generation fan anyway, but what I like is Next Generation is it looks like somewhere you would want to be. I love Star Wars, but if I get to pick where I lived, it would be the Star Trek world of Next Generation. It just looks fun. Everybody's so nice to each other. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody helps each other out. I mean, yeah, there's some conflict here and there, but everybody, I mean, wouldn't you love to be aboard the Enterprise, at least in the Next Generation era? Picard was dat OG to my Luke. Yeah, he was that OG. Didn't they turn him into a droid at the end or something? I can't really remember. About 1,000 ships. I hate anything when even Star Wars did this. They bring in too many ships at the end for a big final, and it's just too many. It's like you would bump into each other and everything. The Federation is female. I guess so. It should be male, female, or whatever it wants to be. Do you like the actor who played Veers? Do you think the commander that played Veers make a good Admiral Thrawn? Veers. I haven't seen him in a long time. Is he still? I don't know how he is now, but yeah, I guess he could make a good Thrawn. Whether if they're going to bring Thrawn in, I don't want it somebody. I don't want it to be somebody that's an actor that we know. It could be somebody that actors like people that really pay attention to movies know, but not a household name. I don't want them to start going down that route with Star Wars, where it's like, okay, I mean, you do a movie, you can throw in one or two, like they did with Alec Guinness, like they did with Liam Neeson. But for the most part, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, they wasn't well-known names. Sure, they did stuff, but they wasn't well-known household names. And even with the prequels, Ewan McGregor was just getting his start. Natalie Portman did some great stuff before that. And of course, either Anakin, Hayden Christensen, or Jake Lloyd, they weren't household names. Of course, you had Liam Neeson, you had Samuel L. Jackson. It's good to throw in some names in there just for the fun of it. Just minor characters. I guess you can't really call Liam Neeson a minor character. Well, we're going to get some more Liam Neeson. Qui-Gon Jinn. I know he died and everything. Fine, good, he died, whatever, but I don't know. I would love to see more Qui-Gon Jinn. I hope he shows up in the Obi-Wan show. Let me know what you think. Would you like to see Qui-Gon Jinn show up in the Obi-Wan show? Hey Ben, are you ready for Indiana Jones 5? I am. I was talking about this yesterday when the live stream got cut off. I'm really excited. I mean, they got Lucas out of the way. Lucas, I think, did the CGI monkeys. I think he ruined I think it was mostly George Lucas that made the bad parts of Crystal Skull. So I'm looking I wish Spielberg was still in there, but it seemed like even with 5, Spielberg was just there making a movie for his friend Lucas. It didn't seem like his heart was in it, so I could be wrong. And this might be controversial, but reboot Indiana Jones. I mean, Indiana Jones was at the first was going to be like James Bond movie. I'm not against rebooting Indiana Jones. I know people say only Harrison Ford can be Indiana Jones. Well, we got about 5 people that's already played him, so I'm up for rebooting it. Do one more with Harrison Ford. Because if they do a new one, Indiana Jones 5 has to take place in the late 60s or the early 70s. And Indiana Jones just doesn't feel right in that time period. I think that's a little bit that threw off the Crystal Skull. Indiana Jones is at his best in the 1930s, maybe the late 20s, early 1930s, in that heyday of archaeology when they're out looking for stuff. That's what you need to get back to. You need Nazis. You need archaeology when it was still in this new form in the early 1900s. That's what you need with Indiana Jones. So I'm not against rebooting. Now, don't reboot Raiders of the Lost Ark. Don't go back and do Temple of Doom. Don't go back to do, Last Crusade. Take it in a time period maybe before Raiders. Do it maybe 10 years before Raiders and do some movies around that time period. Or maybe when he's maybe instead of, like young Indiana Jones, maybe it's just when he's fresh out of college and everything. Maybe he's hanging out with Abner Ravenwood. You can have a young Marion, but that's going to look kind of weird to do today because in the movie, at least the canon, Marion's around 15 when Indy's around in his early 20s. So you might have to tinker with that a little bit. Although, people talk about it, but back then, it wasn't that uncommon. I'm not going to say it's wrong or right, but back in the, early 1900s, it wasn't unusual for 13-year-old girls to get married. I know, crazy times. So let's check over the chat again. Super chats to make sure you didn't miss anything. Let's check over some chats, though. See what's going on over here. How many people? We're up to 47 people. Good. We got kind of a slow start, but that's good here. So let's look over here and see what we can do. Read some of these chats, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then we'll get on talking pop culture. We're going to talk at toys, lunchboxes, computer tech, and clothing from the 1970s. Indy would not work in modern times. People would be blaming him for stealing from other cultures. I'm sure there were, and I bet there's people that's going to write. I bet there's people doing blogs now about the movies now, about him doing that. Disney has Predator now. How about Indiana Jones Predator crossover? That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Oh. It's going to be weird seeing a Disney movie with no Paramount logo on it, though. You got Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. I've never really seen those. I never really got it. I've seen a couple episodes. I need to go back and watch that. Let's see if I missed anything. Old Star Wars nerd. I can't handle the weird Klingons. I haven't seen. I think I've seen pictures of the Klingons. I don't understand why they changed the Klingons. I mean, I can understand why they changed the Klingons from the original series to the next gen to the movies. You know, they had a little bit more money to make Klingons what they wanted in the originals. So I get that, but they're just gone crazy with the Klingons. I don't know why they changed them again. See if I missed anything. Yeah, I agree. A reboot. David agrees with me. A reboot would be good. But I want to give I want to give Harrison Ford one more sign off, or at least have him doing a little mini adventure, and he's telling maybe, you know, I wouldn't say mud. Let's say short round. He's telling somebody about another adventure you had, and it kind of fades off into another story. Maybe you get an old indie story and the new reboot indie story mixed in one movie, passing the torch. That might work. But I want to see Harrison Ford back one last time, and I think Harrison Ford wants to come back one last time. Give it a good send-off like we have with Last Crusade that we didn't get with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull wasn't bad. Don't get me. I don't hate the Crystal Skull. It's a bad Indiana Jones movie, but overall, I know what they were going for with the campy sci-fi 50s feel to it, but the beginning half of that movie I really enjoy. When he's at the college, when he first meets Mutt, and when they start that adventure, I really like that. There's some really good dialogue in that movie too. It kind of loses me near the end with the CGI monkeys, and it just asks me to suspend the belief a little too much. Now, each Indiana Jones movie has always asked us to suspend our disbelief, you know, but that one just went a little over the top near the end. And I don't know about the whole alien things. I don't mind aliens in Indiana Jones, but it just didn't really work for me. But I don't hate The Last Crusade. I don't hate Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I mean. But I hate that it didn't have an adventure at the beginning that was unrelated to the story. That right there, the beginning of the movie just made me feel like, do these people making Indiana Jones? Do they know what they're making here? How can you do 3 movies where you start off with an adventure that has nothing to do with the movie, and then you make the 4th one and you lose that concept? I don't understand how they did that. It's amazing how Harrison Ford is it's amazing. Anthony Cook says it's amazing how Harrison Ford is in all my favorite fantasies and science. You're right, Harrison Ford, man. He is in everything. And check out, if you want a good comedy, now it was good when I was a kid, check out Frisco Kid, Gene Wilder, Harrison Ford. Gene Wilder, you know, he's being his Gene Wilder self, and you got Harrison Ford, more of a straight man. I love that movie growing up. If you've never seen it, check it out. Harrison Ford, Gene Wilder in The Frisco Kid. I'm going to tell you another cowboy movie I don't hear anyone talk about, and it's great. It's Kirk Douglas and Margaret and Arnold. Arnold's in it, and it's called The Villain, where Arnold plays handsome stranger, and he's trying to get Anne Margaret across the country to like get married or something. It's been a while since I've seen it, and the villain is Kirk Douglas, and he's got to stop it. It's like the Roadrunner Coyote made into a live-action cowboy movie. Check that out if you never see it. It was on HBO a lot. TBS used to show it a lot, but you really don't see it now, and people don't talk about it. But I don't know why. It's great. I bought it for me and my son used to watch it a couple years ago, and it held up. Still laughed at it. It was pretty good. American Graffiti. I love American Graffiti. I do love that. That is probably one. That's a really good movie. People that say Lucas can't do dialogue, watch American Graffiti. I wish Lucas would get back, if he's going to make some movies, get back to making that. We got, Brian Schnook sent in a super chat, so let me give him a random super chat. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Here you go.
Big dummy.
Yeah, you big dummy. Now, you're not a big dummy, but there you go. Anyway, Frisco Kid is awesome. I love Frisco Kid. Okay, are you ready, guys, to hop over? I'm going to throw this up let me throw this up real quick. Okay, y'all don't want to see me drink here on the show and everything, so I did that. Let's check over the chat a little bit, then we're going to look at some clothes from the 1970s. Remember that? I don't know how many of you here was in the 70s, grow up, but man, that's Crystal Skull Charm for me. Samantha said that is Crystal's Charm for me. I missed what the charm was, but it is good. It's not bad. It gets a lot of hate that it doesn't deserve, but it's just not as good as the Indiana Jones movie. We got Matt. Did you ever own Big Jim figures? I didn't have any Big Jim figures, but most of my 70s stuff I played with that my brother had. Joe said American Graffiti and the sequel was good too. Oh, the sequel? I haven't seen it since one time. It's always on everybody's worst sequel list. I've always heard it was pretty bad. Samantha Adams says 72 model here. 72 also. Samantha, I'm right with you. 72. September 72. Deep Fate. River Phoenix's face onto a reboot. I don't think you can do a whole movie with a reboot of that. I don't think we're there yet. Indy would not work in modern... Okay, well, I read that one already. Again, super chats to make sure I see them. But until then. So let's go and let's look at the clothes for the 70s. Y'all let me know if you can't see these. Look at these stylish boys. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was really little in the 70s. I mean, I was born in 72. But, hey, Samantha says she's older than me, born in May. You got me. You got me on that one. But look at these. I don't remember ever seeing any boys this cool in school. But maybe that is a boy in the middle, right? Let me know. Is that a boy in the middle? I'm not really sure. Let's see. But look at that. Look at that blue. So you always had a vest or something that matched the pants. Ugly. And look at those pants in the middle. That boy in the middle. Looks like somebody shot a couch. That is some ugly stuff right there. I'm about to move the wrong window here. Get over there. Okay, let's see what is next. Oh, this was not supposed to be in the fashion category. It's supposed to be in the tech category. We'll go on and talk about it. CB radios. Remember how popular CD radios were? Look at that. $70. It was $119. And look at this guy right here. What's he say about it? What's he going to say about it? I can't read that quote here. Let's see. Used and recommended by Virgil Ward. Did you know that CD radio is used and used and promoted or used and recommended by Virgil Ward? I don't know who Virgil Ward is. Maybe you do. I was going to do a video on the CB action figures, but I wanted a CBS. I wanted a CB to play with during the video, and man, they were expensive. I even tried to find old broke ones, and they were expensive. Yeah, that's the texting of the 70s, said Joe. It's sure. Man, I remember going through that dial. I would hit this one dial. My dad would always slap me. Don't put it on that dial. That's the police band. So let's see here. And look at this. Okay. Well, hold on now. We were supposed to be talking tech. I mean, we're supposed to be talking clothes here. Okay. Whoa. Look at this. I need to make this my screensaver. Look at this. This is for Samantha out there. Samantha, here you go. Look at that. They don't make men like that anymore. You can say something about how they're dressed, but hey, that's real men right there. That's no soy boys right there. Look at that. There you go, Samantha. Whew, look at that bulge. That is a man. Can you imagine walking around with that bulge? Whew, would not leave the house there. And here's some more kids, like some more teens trying to be very fashionable. Fashionable male. Maybe they bought their clothes at the fashionable male at the mall. They might have. Oh, that looks like some Sunday clothes they're going to wear to church. And here's just a picture from the 70s. I don't know, just a little red-headed kid. I don't know if there's any red-headed kids out there. Not trying to be mean to you, but red-headed kids always got the blunt of the abuse. You know, what was the saying? I'd rather be dead than red on the head. Isn't that the saying? But that girl, there she's crying because I guess she realized her brother had red hair. And I don't know, let's pull this up bigger. It seems like every 70s school class photo looks exactly like this. I got one looks like this. My brother's got one looks like this. And whenever I go, it looks like this. Check out this kid in the back. What is on his shirt? Check out, let me pull this up bigger. What is on this kid's, who is this on this kid's shirt? Did he put I guess it's a girl. Is that his grandma? Her grandma? Did she put her grandma on her shirt? Did somebody, it's picture day. Wear your grandma's shirt. What is that? But look at this kid. They don't look happy. Look how miserable they all look. Whew. And see, here's another one. Looks like the same damn kids. Look like the same damn school. Well, this one here, they put a little tarp up behind them. But, whew, look at these. Oh, man, look at this. You can tell the one right here. See if I can pull this up here. This one right here in the center look like her mom made her outfit. So we got all kinds of different kids, but they still looks like the same damn school, don't it? Get back out of here, say. Bring this down here. Okay, we got some more fashion. This is girls' fashion here. See what we got. Ooh. You don't have to worry about no boy hitting on your daughter when you take her to school wearing this stuff here. Look at this. What is this pink pajama looking thing? That The 70s had some ugly styles, man. People, man, the 70s was an ugly time. Speaking of ugly times, look at this here. Sports jacket that matched your pants. Not to mention the ugly haircuts. Look at these boys. Look at the big pockets were really big too. Big pockets on his red pants. I don't understand. And let's get, I was going to say this for the tech page, but we'll go ahead and talk about it now. VHS, videotapes. Remember when they were top loaders? You put them in the top, slam them down. Ooh, this is real. I didn't have one in the 70s. We didn't get one until the mid. I mean, we're probably early 80s. But this was it. This is what a VCRs look like. They were huge. We had two different parts because ours had a camera. And you had to take the whole video system with you, half of it anyway, into a bag, strap it to your shoulder, take this big camera and walk around with it. But let's see what else we got. And of course we got the CBs right there. So we talked about clothes. We're going to talk about, let's see. We're going to talk about computer tech in just a second. But let's see what people are saying about those clothes. Pops Culture says he remembers bell bottoms. Yeah, bell bottoms. They try to make, I remember early 90s or sometime, by the time I was getting out of school, maybe late 80s. They were trying to bring back bell bottoms. Oof, I'm glad it didn't happen. Samantha said they didn't have a VCR until 1985. Okay, we might have had it around. Probably, I think we got ours around 83. So probably around. That's about the time they started picking up steam, around 85. Remember local video stores too? Before Blockbuster. I know there's people, oh, I love Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster? I remember the mom and pops. They were better than Blockbuster. Of course, a new movie came out. They had maybe 2 copies of it, and you had to get down there or get on that waiting list to get it. But man, Joe said he had a Betamax. Yeah, remember the war, VHS versus Betamax, which one's gonna win? Old school nerd said, Uhura. Okay, Samantha says, oh gosh. Star Wars nerd said, is that an Alamo in his pants? Is that Armadillo in his pants? He must be talking about those 3 models. Oh man, that's funny. Now, everything was polyester. Says Madness, it was a lot of polyester. Looks like people walking around with couches on their clothes. Okay, let's talk some computer tech here. This is going to be, we'll start with the one we all know and love, I'm sure. What did that, get down there? I don't mean that to be so big. The Atari, or video computer system. The Atari 2600 with this wood paneling. That was really big in the 70s, wood paneling. Who remembers who remembers Atari? I mean, a lot of my memories of the games are the 80s, like Pitfall. But of course, we had Combat. Remember Combat? Maze Craze was probably the 70s, where you had a little dot and run around the mazes. Man, Atari was awesome. Now, before Atari, my family had Pong, where you just hooked it up. And I think I got a picture of Pong coming up. Let me see. Do I got a picture of Pong? Yeah, look at these kids playing Pong. Ooh, we did that. And we thought that was fun. He's like, you can't have more fun than playing Pong, can you? It is boring. All it is if you don't know Pong, it's you got your, let me go over here where you can see me out here. You got your, let me go over here so you can, okay, you got your Pong, you got your little, I guess your character, you got a little, I don't know what you call it, just a little slab, and you control one up and down, the other guy controls one up and down, and you got a little a little square that bounces back and forth. Why am I explaining Pong to y'all? You guys know what Pong is. But yeah, he could make it. It was, I mean, it was fun at the time, but now you couldn't play it more than 5 minutes, I don't think. But we love Pong. And check this out here. Here's a computer you could have bought back. Look at this, 10 megabytes. Can you believe it? This hard drive has 10 megabytes for $3,495. Got a little asterisk next to it. I don't know what that's telling us. Probably telling us it's probably the cheapest model. But $3,400, almost $3,500 for 10 megabytes. Wasn't it Bill Gates that one time said you probably wouldn't need more than 10 megabytes ever or something like that? Can you imagine that? 10 megabytes now? That's like one picture maybe. Joe said he had a black Atari 2600. I don't remember all black. I don't remember one all black. Still have my original Atari, says Purple. Joe says Space Invaders. That was a really good game. Yeah, Asteroids. Samantha said Asteroids. Asteroids had some colors. It was really nice playing Asteroids. Unless you pushed down, I think, or up on the controller, and you would do that. If you had it on the wrong setting where you would disappear or randomly appear somewhere else, and it would always put you right in the damn asteroid field. Classic Atari. Dave says 2600. Yeah, polyester was heaven. Samantha, 1 or 2 MP3s on a 10 megabytes. That's crazy, 10 megabytes. And check this guy's out, man. This guy was cool. He had a portable computer in the 70s. Can you believe it? Go to work. He went to work with his personal computer he also could use for personal use. His personal home. Look at that. Folds up. I bet that thing weighs 200 pounds too. Look at him. He's just slinging it in the breeze. Got the wind blowing his ties going. He's headed to work. He is a man on the go. He's got 1, 2. It looks like he's got 4 disk drives on that thing. Man, look at the screen. The screen is so small. And, of course, it's green. But I bet this guy here, man, portable computer with this thing. Who took that? I mean, sure, it don't got much space on it. It reminds me, I did a podcast called The First Star Wars, where I did a podcast and act like it took place in 1978. I still want to bring that back. I feel that's a good plan that nobody's really doing. Do a whole podcast series of people that we just saw Star Wars acting like, the figures are coming out, and work our way up to Empire. I think that'd be fun. I think I need to go back and do that. Ozzy. Oh, yeah, Osborne. Joe said Osby. Yeah, this is what Ozzy Osbourne decided he's going to put the bat down, take a break from tour, and make computers, I guess. And we looked at that already. Did we look at all the tech? Yeah, we looked at all the tech already because I had some. But you know what was good in the 70s? Anything lunchbox related. Let's talk lunchboxes of the 1970s. Now I'm going to take a break, so I'm going to put the opening back up again. Okay, again, you don't want to see me get a drink. Dave said the Osborne came out in 81. Yeah, I was thinking it was more 80s, but it came up as, in my Google searches, computers from the 70s. Mr. Yoga Daniel says, that's his official channel, says, awesome video. Thank you, Junkman, for making it. Oh, thank you so much for enjoying my videos. I'm glad you like it. We hadn't got a super chat in a while, so let's give him a random soundboard.
We're on a mission from God.
Remember, super chats, make sure I see them, and it helps out the channel, especially now that work told me not to come back. And I'm trying to make this full time. That's why you're seeing 2 videos, 2 live streams, and a normal video every day now, because I got to push. I got to push hard if I want to go live. I figured, hey, work's going to tell me not to come back. Let me push real hard, live on my savings, and then we'll see what happens, right? Okay, but I'm not begging for super chats. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. We're all just here to have fun. Kmart had cool Atari display where you could play all the games. That's pretty. I remember, not Atari, but I remember Toys R Us in the late 80s. They had a Nintendo that had a lot of games like hooked to it, and you could pick what games you wanted to play, and that was always fun. Now, I remember they had the 64, I think, out for display before it came out for sale, and you got to play it there, and it was awesome. Rolling E-Wheels, Hot Wheels Lunchbox. Okay, I don't remember a Hot Wheels Lunchbox, but I remember keeping some Hot Wheel cars in a lunchbox. But I'm sure they made that. Samantha says she had a Peanuts and Charlie Brown lunchbox. Oh, really? She was one of those Charlie Brown girls. A lot of girls were into Charlie Brown. Jumpman, I just going to lunch break now. Pleasant surprise. Well, don't be surprised. We'll be here tomorrow at 7 a.m. But let's look at lunch boxes here. This is one probably Samantha probably would have wanted. Not to pick on you, Samantha, but you're the only girl I see in the chat. And I don't know many boys that walked around with a Bee Gees lunchbox. So Samantha was probably like, she probably didn't like the Bee Gees either. She seemed like a cool girl, a woman, I guess now. She'd probably say, hey, Bee Gees, give me a Kiss Alive lunchbox. Give me a Kiss lunchbox. But we got Bee Gees. Now look at this photo here. Why did they pick this photo for the box? Look at the guy in the middle. Looks like Jar Jar Binks or something. They could just, it's like they just snapped a photo of him singing. They could just waited a second and got him in a different pose. I mean, look at that. It looks like a Muppet or something. If I was Barry, I don't know which one in the middle. Gene, Barry, I don't know which one's in the middle. I wouldn't I would have said give me another picture for that one. But let's look at, that was part of the fashion line. I got my pictures all screwed up. Shoes. I had some Superman shoes like this, I think. Or some shoes. I think I had some shoes that look like that, but they didn't say Superman on them. But anyway, let's get back. Here we go, boys. This is for the boys, right? No Jamie Summers. The $6 million man lunchbox. Now, I think my brother had this one because I remember in the 80s it being around the house. I don't remember actually. I think he handed it down to me, but I think my brother had the $6 million lunchbox. I'm sure some of you guys out there had it or at least remember the $6 million man. What a popular show in the 70s. What do you mean work doesn't ask you to come back? You got the pink slip junk. Well, yeah, I did. Sales were down. Hey, dude, it's a pandemic, and last one hired, first one to go is how they look at it, I guess. Adam 12. Adam 12 seems like a little odd for a lunchbox for kids. I don't know if kids were really into Adam 12. Look at the kid got his head stuck in the fence. Look at this. Look at the dog's licking his face. And the little girl with her. Look at the little. Okay, guys, look. I got to pull this up. You're not going to believe this. Look here. The little girl. Now, this is the 70s. She's holding a Skeletor doll. What the hell? I should have did a video about this. How did they know about Skeletor? She's holding a Skeletor doll. Yeah, can you believe it? I'm 12, Skeletor. Years before Skeletor came out, this little girl had a Skeletor doll. She's living with her friend Jimmy that got his head stuck in the fence. What a rude little girl. Julia. I don't remember this show. I've heard about it. I think it was made by Norman Lear. I could be wrong about that, but I don't imagine any kids. Why would a kid have a Julia lunchbox? It just seems so odd. Evel Knievel. All boys wanted this one right here. Evel Knievel, the lunchbox. I didn't have this one as a kid, but man, I wish I did. We got a super chat from I think he just wanted me to say that. Hey, a good friend gave me his Planet of the Apes lunchbox for Christmas. I can't wait to put it in my... Oh, that's cool. I think we're going to look at the Planet of the Apes lunchbox in a few minutes, so let me know if it's the one you had, and let's give him a random sound. I don't like that one for a random sound. It's hard to hear, so let's give him one more here. Let's give him number... Let's give him this one. I did a big dummy. Here it goes. Here's your random. Yeah, Skeletor. There we go. Curse you all. And don't forget, guys. I pulled that volume back up. Don't forget. Yep, Junkman channel poppin' dough. Poppin' fresh dough is my channel. Let's see what we got in here. The Flying Nun seems like an odd thing a kids would go to. Seems like an odd concept for a show. A superhero about a nun. Okay. Raw Solo is here. He's late. Wait, better late than never. But you can always go back and watch the Menace says. Can't say I knew that one. Probably Julia. Maybe that's the one she didn't know. Scott says that one. Dole says one of my favorite people to look up to in the 70s. Evel Knievel. Yeah, Evel Knievel. Oh. And here we go. A Planet of the Apes lunchbox. So maybe Raw can let me know if this was the one he had. This looks like it's based on the television show. Or one of the sequels, because that's not... It's got those two guys on it, which I think was in the second movie or the television show. Y'all let me know who these guys are. I know it's not Charlton Heston. So let me know. But that's a Planet of the Apes lunchbox right there. Evel Knievel was nuts. He had guts, and he wrecked almost every time, didn't he? Yeah, I love them podcasts. Scott said, is that real? That's right. Oh yes, my friend had that Apes lunchbox. So, Raw Rum, let me know if that one right there. Look at that. Now, see, I thought it was the guys from the second movie, but it's got the title of the first movie, so maybe it's from the TV show. But let's go on to the next one here. We'll catch up. Kung Fu. I couldn't believe I saw this one. I couldn't believe they did a lunchbox of it. I bet this is what Quentin Tarantino took his lunch in when he had a lunchbox. I could see him going to school. He would be the oddball kid with a Kung Fu. Oh, Kung Fu. I can't believe... I don't never remember watching Kung Fu. I know what it is. I've heard of it, but I don't remember really watching it. And here's one I did watch. Great show. Funny. Let's pull it up so we can take a better look at it. Welcome Back, Carter. And look at... what was that? Epstein over there. Look at Epstein's face. It looks like somebody stepped on his toe. You got Horseshack. Of course, you got Carter, you got John Travolta. They all got A's. Oh, but Epstein got an F. Oh my God, that's funny. See, that's humor right there. You're sitting in class, you want to laugh, pull out your lunchbox and laugh at Epstein getting an F. Hey, Epstein, how'd you get an F on that test? Rob Merm sent another one and said, yeah, that's the one he had. Let's give him another random.
I know that, dude.
There you go. I don't know if you could hear that, hopefully. I got to work on that sound. Maybe it's way you can pick up better here. Why does Obi-Wan vintage card bag have a yellow lightsaber junk man? Well, I think I did a video on that. There's really no rhyme or reason why. I think they just did what was more appealing to the card to make it look good. And I think they were still kind of working on the colors of the sabers and stuff too when they were making the figures. Now, guys, I did not know they made this as a kid. As much as I watched Hee Haw as a kid, I know it's shocking that I watched Hee Haw, and I can tell you that that's Buck Owens and Roy Clark. I don't know how many of you can tell you that's Buck Owens, who had a great song, Act Naturally, Catch Tiger by the Tail. He had a lot of great songs. And that's Roy Clark. He had a great song too called Thank God and Greyhound She's Gone. But Hee Haw, I know I'm telling y'all too much about me now. Hee Haw, as much as I liked Hee Haw, I was no way I was going to school with a Hee Haw lunchbox. Are you crazy? You're asking to get your ass kicked by even the least powerful bully at school is gonna kick your ass with a Hee Haw lunchbox. Come on. As much as we all love Buck Owens, we're not going to school with a Hee Haw lunchbox. Come on. And I don't know. I don't remember this Sid and Mardi Gras show. Maybe you guys did. Lidsville. I don't know what this is. Now, I know Sid and Mardi Gras. They did a lot of crazy things. But look at it. He's got a cowboy. Look at a talking cowboy hat. You got another hat back in the back. You got a guy in a flying saucer hat. This looks like some crazy ass on drugs, marijuana, acid-induced lunchbox shit to me. Maybe you guys know what that is. Hop over the chat. Let's see. Kevin Williams laughing at the Hee Haw lunchbox. We were all laughing at that. Old Star Wars Near said, Roy Clark is a great guitarist. He was really good at the guitar. But I'll tell you what I didn't like about Roy Clark. Watch him. Every time he's playing the guitar, and this party going out with 3 people here, he always looks down at his hands and back up like he's amazed. Like, can you believe the power of God is playing the guitar like this? So that's always bothered me about Roy Clark. Lidsville and the such sea monsters. I remember the sea monsters. Is that part of the sea monsters show? I remember the Sigmund, however you say that, and the sea monsters. I remember that one. I thought H&R Puffin stuff was weird. Isn't that a drug reference? Come on, H&R Puff and stuff. It has to be, right? Marijuana is good. Oh, so let's see here. And we're back to the Bee Gees. We've already got the Bee Gees covered, so we'll close that out. Oh, we got, we're going to look at toys now. Toys. I'm going to take a little break again, refresh my mouth. So, Banana Split. Someone mentioned that. That's a good one. I had Banana Split. I loved that as a little kid. I wish they made a Captain Kangaroo lunchbox. I would have had that. I was really into Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Green Jeans, that moose, ping pongs hitting you on the head. Oh, remember Simon during Captain Kangaroo? It'd be this little cartoon, a little guy from the UK, I think. I am Simon, and I like to do drawings. Remember that? It was kind of like a chalk cartoon. And I think in the late 80s, Mike Myers from Saturday Night Live would do a character in the tub and would kind of base it off that, I think. Oh, man. Anybody remember that? Am I the only one that remembers Simon the cartoon? Now, I'm going to take a little break again, refresh my mouth. And yes, Kevin, I did show the Adam 12 lunchbox with the little girl holding a Skeletor doll. I'm still in shock by that. No one else on the chat seems to be as shocked as I was about that. Even if it wasn't Skeletor, she's holding a skeleton doll. I mean, come on. Mike Myers used the song theme. Yeah, the cartoon. Yeah, when he would like, you looking at my bum, you cheeky monkey, or something. But I remember that. I always wonder why he used the song Simon. That was cool. Remember Picture Page with Bill Cosby? I know we don't suppose Bill Cosby canceled and everything now, but Picture Page. Remember that? So let's look at some of the toys from the 70s here. Oh, hold on, guys. I don't think I got my hotkeys turned on for the toys. Let me see here. Toys. Cartoons, toys. Let's see. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, I like Left Coast Graphics. Got that little symbol from the back of the Star Wars Kenner package. I guess not just the GMM little proof of purchase seals. He's got that little icon. That's pretty cool. Blue Harvest Toy Vintage Toys is here, and he remembers that. So let's go back and look at these toys. These aren't just action figures. These are all kinds of things. Why isn't it working? Hold on, guys. My hotkey isn't working for it. Hey, this is live. Anything can happen. Oh, I know why it's not. Hold on. I got to tell it. I had it on manual. Okay, let's go back here. Let's start over again. Record players, early 70s. Man, I remember I had this in the early 70s. I don't know what it sounded like. I didn't play any Buck Owens or Rory Clark on it, I'm sure. Ooh, they were plastic discs, and you put them on this record player, and they would play. It was usually kid music, and I'm sure it was horrible. Now, this one I don't remember, but some girls in the chat room, maybe they do. Katie Copycat and her magic desk. I like this because it's funny. You draw a picture, and then she draws the same picture. How about that? She draws and writes with you. I'm curious of how good. I would love to see how this toy did, how it turned out. If it really, especially my awful handwriting. Katie Capsaw would probably have a, did I call her Capsaw? Oh, how about this one right here? This is pretty cool. Weeble Wobbles. Who remembers Weeble Wobbles, but they don't fall down? Now, I thought they were called Weeble Wobbles for 40-something years. Then I did a video of them, and people kept commenting and said, why you keep calling them Weeble Wobbles? It's Weeble Wobbles, but they don't fall down because they shake. They're not called Weeble Wobbles. This is what they do. Weeble Wobbles, but they don't fall down. It's called Weebles. But I always called them, everybody I know called them Weeble Wobbles. Was it just me that called them Weeble Wobbles? Let me know, guys. Did y'all call them Weeble Wobbles? But apparently, but here's a haunted house one. They have all kinds of Weeble Wobbles. Weebles. See, I'm still calling that. Why don't they bring back Weebles today? And how about this one? Classic game you can still buy today. Hungry, Hungry Hippos. I remember in the 90s, I think it was Toys R Us had a life size. That's the word I'm looking for. Life size one that you could sit on. Imagine that you get all four of your friends, you sit on it, you push the button, you try to eat the marbles. But this is Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Classic game, 70s, 80s, still today. Speaking of classic games, how about this? Jaws. Jaws. I love this. My brother had this. We used to play with it. I remember putting Jaws and Star Wars figures down in his mouth. The Jaws. I think they re-released this as something else. We called it Tooth Shark or something. But yeah, the Jaws version, it was awesome. And Ideal made this. The guys that made the Evel Knievel motorcycle. And how about this one right here? I had this. It was a calculator, my first calculator. I think it gave you some problems to solve, like 2 + 3 and stuff. But I think everyone growing up in the 70s had this calculator, probably in the 80s also. It was like, okay, you want to learn math? Here's your first calculator. And it was like this old guy reading a book, and it was like he had a graduation hat on. Star Trek fans out there, how about this model of Star Trek, Star Trek's Mr. Spock, I almost called him Dr. Spock. Mr. Spock fighting some 3-headed lizards. I don't remember that from the show, but there's a little model. Maybe Captain Foley, if he was here, he would say, yeah, that's pretty cool. Brian Snook sent in a super chat. Let me give him a super soundboard. We'll give him 2 because I don't know if you can hear that Indiana Jones one. Good morning, Mr. Brevis. Thank you again. Super Chat means a lot. Again, Super Chats, make sure I see them, and it helps out the channel. How about bicycles of the 70s? You had to have your freedom with a bicycle. I don't know why they had that big old metal bar in the back. Have you ever noticed there's 2 bicycles? There's one for boys and one for a girl. And I never understood why the one with the person with the balls got the one with the bar. The girl didn't have that metal bar. But the one that had balls had the middle bar. And I don't know about you, but if you ever slammed on brakes, your foot came off that pedal, and you hit that bar, you was worried for a year you might not ever have children. Ooh, what a cool bike. And you remember those metal pedals? Your foot would slip off, come around and hit you on the back of the ankle and take the skin off your leg. They had jagged teeth on them and everything. It's like they just made it so it would hurt kids. And no, we didn't wear no damn bicycle helmet back then. Pet Rock, a big toy in the 70s. The Pet Rock. What a gimmick. Someone got rich off the Pet Rock. I can't believe it. Somebody got rich off that. That's just what I call crazy.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow
Yeah, pet rock. How about a Nerf ball? Just a plain, simple Nerf ball. Very good. Throw it around the house. You wouldn't probably break anything down. You could hit your sister in the face with it. She would cry, go tell her mom and dad, but it really didn't hurt. It was a Nerf ball. How about your first camera from the 70s? I had this one. You take a picture, the little flash, little thing turns. I had this one right here. I was like, I'm taking pictures with this. Take it all over the place. I was like, hey, let's go to the museum. Let's go out to the park. I'm going to play on the park while I take pictures with my stupid Fisher-Price camera. And, of course, we talked about this already. The Evel Knievel Stunt motorcycle. This thing was the 70s. When you think of probably the popular toys of the 70s, this has to be in the top 5 right here. Everyone had this. They brought this back out recently. The company that owns the rights to it is not Ideal anymore. They brought this back out. I think it's actually part of the Evel Knievel family, maybe, that owns it. I need to get one. I bought one. They had one come out again in the 90s that was sold at Cracker Barrel. I probably sold other places too, but I saw it at Cracker Barrel and I bought it. And me and my daughter, when she was little, used to play with it. Not as fun as I remembered it, but still, I need this today. I've tried to get one free for a review because I'm a cheap ass. They said they'd send it to me, and they never did. But I would like to crank this. I need to do some videos of me cranking this thing up. I was actually thinking about doing a video years ago where I go to 2 buildings downtown and see if I can jump in building to building. But I'm scared I'm going to get arrested for doing something like that. And now this here I was amazed about because I had one like this. I don't know if this is the same one I had. It was just a plastic box with a steering wheel. You had a little light that lit up and a little screen that moved and you dodged the cards. But this thing said it was $56, $59, $60. And I looked it up to see what $60 was in 1977. That's what I figured around that time to today's dollars. And it was like $300. And there's no way this thing called, look at it. Unless this is different than the one I had, it was just a screen that lit up and the car would just do like this. And the screen would move. The screen would move and your car would look like it was moving because the screen was moving. And you had this gear shift to make it go faster or slower. And then, of course, you had to go left and right to avoid the cards. But there's no way that this can be the same thing I'm thinking of, $60. That's just crazy. Now, I talked about this in another live stream a couple days ago, and a lot of you guys remembered it. It looks like a telephone from the future, but it's not. It's the Electric Wizard game. I remember I had a friend, Mike, across the street, had this game. I could never figure out how to play it. I would pick it up, start pushing buttons. I didn't know. I thought it looked like a phone to me, but a lot of you guys out there had the Electric Wizard and remember it. Now, I don't know if these were the 70s or not. It came up as 70s, but it looks more 60s. But I remember having some of these. Moon shoes. Man, they did not care about kids getting hurt in the 70s. I mean, you had lawn darts. You had the bicycle with the metal all over it to eat up your legs. But how about the moon shoes? I mean, that just looks... I remember trying to stand on them and about to fall. Yeah, you had metal shoes and they had big springs in the middle. And how about Sucker Man? Who out there remembers Sucker Man? Now, I remember I had this as a kid. Again, I think my brother, when I say I had stuff when it comes to 70s, usually my brother had it and I just played with it. Sucker Man. You stick him on anything. Stick him on the window. Stick him on doors. Sucker Man. I think they made a lot of different colors. Now I know a Sucker Man, but it's a whole lot different than the toy was. Mattel's Sucker Man. Who remembers that out there? And this is the first toy I remember getting for Christmas. I had to be really little. It was Pass the Nuts. That's right. Back in the early 70s, I was passing the nut. You just hit a little button and you kick it from the squirrel to the rabbit, and then the rabbit to the monkey, and then the monkey to the other squirrel, whatever that is, and back down again. You had to go in order. I guess it was supposed to teach you. I remember trying to get in that little basket at the top was hard. But I love passing the nut. Still today, I was like, hey, I'm going to pass the nut. And this was our app on the phone. This is what we play with in the car on long trips going on vacation because we didn't have a cell phone. Does anyone remember the waterful ring toss? God, I hated it. I was never getting it. You would hit the button and air would blow up each ring and you try to land it on these hooks, but I could never do it. And then if you get on the hook, by the time it starts to hit the hook, your dad would hit a bump and they'll splash the water and everything would go everywhere. It would not spill out, but you know what I mean. You got to start all over. And you can't think Mega toys of the 70s without talking Star Trek. My brother had these. He had the Enterprise playset. I love that thing. You would put a figure in it, spin it around, hit a button, and he would disappear. He would transport. It was great. I knew I'd do a video about the Mega the Mego Star Trek stuff. Of course, you got the weird looking Klingon back there, and you got, let's pull this up here. You got Scotty, you got Kirk, you got McCoy, and you got Spock. Very cool. Again, huge toys in the 70s right there. Star Trek Mego. Racetracks. Racetracks was very big in the 70s for sure. Everyone had that. Let me refresh here again. Mouth gets dry talking so long. But racetracks, they always look good on the commercials. They always look good in the box, but they never really did as good. I loved all the hoops and everything, but they would always, you had to watch them on those turns. They would fly off the track for sure. Ooh, I'm coughing over here. Okay, big wheel. Let's talk big wheel. Before you could ride your bike in the 70s, you had your big wheel. This thing was awesome. You get down a hill, you could get that thing up to 40 miles an hour, I bet. $15, just a big old piece of plastic. But who didn't love big wheel? I tell you, you had a big wheel and then you graduated. You moved on from big wheel to the green machine. Now this was awesome. It didn't have a steering wheel. You would have to turn it like this. Had a big ass emergency brake. So you would go down a big hill, pull up that emergency brake, and try to get it to slide. You were awesome if you could do it. We got Matt Dino saying, welcome to the Junkies. Thank you, Matt. The Green Machine. And Pulsar Man. I think we're getting close to the end. Pulsar Man. Again, my brother had this one. I remember playing with it. I remember you could push a button in the back and see its heartbeat. You could see blood going through his body. I didn't know what this thing was called for years. I had to look it up. Pulsar Man. Does anyone remember Pulsar Man? He was a good size for G.I. Joe and a good size for Kenner's $6 Million Man. Speaking of, you can't talk 70s again. Like I say, the big boy toys of the 70s had to be $6 Million Man, the Evil Knievel, and the other, Star Trek Mego. Here we go. I remember, again, my brother had these. Look at Kenner with a red logo. I remember this little thing in the corner up here is like a rocket ship. It would turn into like some kind of ER center for him. Don't remember if we had the tent or not, or the backpack. I remember this guy. I remember his arm, the skin on his arm would roll up. You could see inside of it. Of course, you had the Megatron, robot. What was his name? I forget his name, but he was like a robot guy. And he would turn in. I think you could make him Oscar Goldman. You could make him whoever you wanted to. Or three different faces. And of course, Bigfoot. I didn't bring up a picture, but remember Bigfoot? Everybody remembers Bigfoot. Andre the Giant. Light Bright, big toy in the 70s. Everyone had Light Bright. Still big today. I could never make shit with it. And I didn't have this one. Never heard of this one, but I just wanted to bring it up because it's so stupid. Look at it. It's just spinning tops, but they give you a board to put it on. It's automatic spin. It's automatic spinning top. Gives your top a twist. Well, how fun is it? You don't even get to spin it yourself. That looks like some boring ass shit right there. And we're back to the record albums that we already talked about. So we're into an hour, so we're gonna wrap it up. But let's read some of these chats real quick. Again, super chats to make sure I see them. If not, I'll scan over some of them and just see what we get. Psychotech, sorry if I said that wrong. He said, I'll buy a modern version of Pulse if I could. Pulse, yeah, bring back Pulse. They're bringing back all these retro toys. Why don't they bring that one back? Kevin Williams, I was less of a car race kid and more of a board game. Gee, I had a lot of board games. I would get board games, but no one was playing with them. Brian says, a Mattel Flying Ace aircraft carrier that used to use rubber bands to shoot foam planes from the air. I don't remember that. That sounds awesome. Old Star Wars nerd said the things were freaky. Pulsar Man. Yeah, Pulsar Man was freaky. Kevin Williams. I bet a big wheel today is nothing like it was back in the 70s. Again, probably smaller and cheaply made. It's just a hunk of plastic. You're right. It's probably not. Scott says Huffy came out in the 70s. Rolling Easy Wheel says until you're burned off the tires. Pop Culture says they have been recently reproducing the Star Trek Megos. That's right, the new Mego company's been bringing them back out. Big Wheels is back, baby. I remember someone made a life-size Big Wheel. I know a life-size Green Machine a while back. Kevin Williams, how about the guy with the magnet shaving, where you would use your magnet pen to bring the little... oh, yeah, I forget that. It was like you drew a beard on it. I think they Mr. Wally or something. Yeah, I remember that. That was big back then. Then they made that into the 80s and everything too. Maskatron, Chanky Chaos, that's the name I was looking for. Scott said, I dated a girl that was called Crackle Barrel. That's okay. Dated a girl that was called Crackle Barrel. I just can't. Why? That's probably Wooly Willie. That's who that was. Light Bright never could get the damn color grid to line up over the holes. Yeah, that was hard too. Had to make it. I never could if it wasn't that it came with the map thing to make your own. I couldn't really make it. Still had those. Okay, guys, we're a little over an hour.
Hey, jump that channel popping though.
It is popping. My channel is popping though.
Hey, where the white women at?
That's what I want to know. I want to thank you. We'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, for another live stream and a video in between. Again, it's 11 in the morning, pop culture in the morning. 7 o'clock is more of a random Monday. We do Star Wars. Tuesday, I think we're going to do toys. Not sure what we're going to talk about today. I think I'm going to do Wednesdays where I bring on a guest, another YouTuber. I think it's going to be like Meet the Other YouTuber. That's going to be a good. I think that's what I'm going to do tonight. Not sure yet. I got to reach out to see who I can get last minute. What else? A video in between. Not sure where that's going to be. Got some things in my head. Not sure which one I'm going to go with. Check out the latest episode of Action Figures from Failed Action Figures based on movies, where I look at the Lost in Space action figure line from the 90s. I think that's it. Guys, thanks for the super chats. Thanks for just hanging out with me. Thanks for all the support. Junk 3PO. I was thinking about getting him. I might reach out to him and see. You're right. But let me give one more random. Let's do 2 randoms. You can't hear that. Down here in front. Okay, let's go. Okay, that's it. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Again, we'll be back later today with a normal video, and then later today at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, another live stream. They got a big wheel 2-stroke motor. They got big wheel with a motor in them. They're getting carried away. Now, good work, Jermaine. Thank you. It says Raw Solo. Take care, Jermaine. What time do you what time do you have over there by now? What time do you have? Well, it's 12 o'clock now. So we're an hour in. We're going to get on out of here. Samantha, take care. We'll see you later tonight. Hopefully, take care now. Have a nice day, you too, Samantha. And to all you old Star Wars nerd, Dole, Gotti Goosum, Groot, did I say that wrong? TMT, Tuplan. Y'all are just trying to make me say all kinds of names. Kevin Smith, Kevin Williams, Joe, Kevin, Pops Culture, Kevin. I said Kevin already. Scott, Mad Dino, Chaos, all you guys, thank you so much. Check back for a video in a couple of hours, and then 7 o'clock tonight for another